Welcome to the JCPS MTSS training on the modes of instruction and student practice toolkit with the focus of the high yield practice, cooperative learning. I am Melissa Loxton, an MTSS resource teacher with Elementary Zone 3.
And I'm Matt Traskus, MTSS engagement resource teacher with the high school zone. Please take a moment to take the case-sensitive bit.ly here in your web browser. This will allow you access to all of the information within the slide deck, as well as all of the slides linked in the presentation.
Here you will see the 6 components that make up the MTSS department or multi-tiered systems of support. MTSS focuses on overall school improvement by aligning resources and support for both teachers and students. We provide multiple levels of support for learners that address academic, social, emotional, and behavioral needs and produce professional development that is aligned with schools and the district as a whole. JCPS has 3 departments within MTSS, as shown on this concept map. MTSS Academics, directed by Donna Lawson, supports schools by ensuring teachers are providing all students with academic supports, with a focus on Tier 2 and Tier 3 interventions and support. MTSS Behavior Department, directed by Sandra Hensel, supports schools in implementing school-wide behavior systems and frameworks, including positive behavior interventions and supports, PBIS, and the Behavior Support Systems Model, which is an alignment of PBIS and restorative practices. Our department is MTSS Engagement, directed by Dr. Naomi Brahim. The goal of the MTSS Engagement Department is to increase student achievement by equipping teachers with high-yield pedagogical practices to maximize student engagement. 6 MTSS toolkits were created to provide resources for Tier 1 instructional practices to increase student engagement, reduce student behaviors, and to decrease disproportionality. Here are the 6 MTSS toolkits. By clicking the toolkit image, you will access the MTSS department webpage and each toolkit. We need to implement a variety of modes of instruction while teaching. Once students have acquired basic knowledge or skill within a certain lesson, there is a critical need to give students opportunities to practice the knowledge and skills successfully. Successful implementation of this instructional practice is observed when the teacher provides cooperative learning opportunities to allow small groups of students with varying levels of ability to work together in creating shared learning goals. Cooperative learning is a small group of students with varying levels working together in engaging activities to create shared learning goals. In this session, we will learn how to successfully use cooperative learning strategies with students. We will also learn different types of cooperative learning strategies that can be used with students, and you will reflect on which strategies you can use in your own classroom. There are many benefits of cooperative learning. Students build intrinsic motivation, have higher self-esteem, and build positive relationships with peers when participating in cooperative learning. Students are also able to provide assistance to each other, as well as explain their thinking to their peers, which strengthens their own learning. There are 5 steps to use when implementing cooperative learning in your classroom. The first one is forming interdependent teams. Groups should include 4 students. If the class doesn't divide equally, you can make a team of 3 or 5. Groups should also be a mix of high and low achievers, boys and girls, and different ethnicities. The second step is for teams to create a group goal. A team goal is a target, product, or indicator that shows a team has done a good job of getting every member to perform at his or her personal best. The third step is to ensure individual accountability. In order for the team goal to be met, all students need to master the content or skill. Team success should depend on the hard work and learning of all members. The fourth step is to teach communication and problem-solving skills. Students need to learn about, practice, and refine key interpersonal skills, which include active listening, explaining ideas and opinions, encouraging teammates, and completing tasks. The last step is to integrate cooperative learning with other structures. Cooperative learning should be seen as a key part of each lesson, but not the whole lesson. The best way to use cooperative learning is to replace individual work. Using these 5 key steps, you can get the greatest benefit possible from cooperative learning and ensure that collaboration enhances learning.
An easy, yet very powerful method of cooperative learning is the jigsaw method. If you look at the graphic, students are first grouped into teams, during which they collaborate to learn about the new material. As the teams complete their work, the student becomes an expert in that level of material. Then, each expert team meets other experts from other groups. The expert from each group explains to the other students and the teachers about the new content. Think, Pair, Share is one of the easiest collaborative learning engagement activities to perform in the classroom. All students are given a prompt or question, and then they're given time to think and respond. Next, students come together to pair up and compare their answers. After deliberation, once they reach a consensus as to what the pair's answer is, they share it out with another pair. Peer instruction is similar to Think, Pair, Share with more individual accountability. Students are first given a question that they must respond to, usually a multiple choice, or it could be a true-false. Students answer the question and display their answer. Then, students discuss their answers with an elbow partner. The students are then allowed to change their original answer after the discussion and display their new answer. Listening post is another strategy that involves small group collaboration. Whether in person or virtual, students are numbered 1 to 4 and begin to work on a question or prompt. Each number has an assigned role. 1 is the note taker, 2 listens and asks clarifying questions, 3 and 4 discuss the prompt. If you switch the roles within your classroom or virtually, these roles will allow for students to participate in all levels of activity differently. Here's a list of resources for cooperative learning. Although not all encompassing, here are some that we have found with links available for you. You can click on the links to find directions, videos, or even graphic organizers for each particular example. Now, thinking about your classroom and cooperative learning, reflect on which cooperative learning strategies you could implement right now with your students. As with the use of any HYP or high yield practice, we need to take into account cultural, exceptional child, and project-based learning considerations. The use of cooperative learning allows students to approach assignments through a lens of equity. Furthermore, students are validated by each other, not just the teacher, and can build a rich community of learners. Where ECE students are present, allowing students to collaborate on projects and scaffold those projects allows students to flourish. By planning for and providing multiple means of engagement through choice in relevant, authentic activities, the teacher can accomplish what is necessary for an ECE environment. If giving a project-based learning assignment, teachers should create many opportunities for students to confer with one another. Furthermore, a one-on-one small group conference should occur throughout the learning process. Finally, mini lessons could be incorporated throughout the project to clear up common misconceptions and difficulties held by the majority of those students. In order to help you with implementing cooperative learning in your classroom, we have provided you with a plan, do, study, and act tool, which is linked directly on this slide. During an upcoming PLC, be sure to discuss ways to implement cooperative learning within your classroom using this tool. Thank you for joining us to learn more about cooperative learning in your classroom. If you would like more information about the MTSS toolkits and other high yield practices, please visit our department website.